Good evening, guys. So this is Debarshi Kundu again, and today we're going to go over a problem called energy drink consumption. A soft drink company recently surveyed 12,467 of its customers and found that approximately 14% of those surveyed purchase one or more energy drinks per week. Of those customers who purchase energy drinks, approximately 64% of them prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks. Write a program that displays the following: the approximate number of customers in the survey who purchase one or more energy drinks per week. And number two, the approximate number of customers in the survey who prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks. So let's break this problem down one step at a time. This will involve a little bit of math, nothing hard, but it will involve some level of math. So here it basically says that it surveyed 12,467 of its customers and found that out of those 12,467, 14% of those surveyed purchased one or more energy drinks per week. So the approximate number of customers in the survey who purchase one or more energy drinks per week. How do we do this? Well, we want an approximate number, so it's not going to be exact. What we can do over here is we can first set this up as a double notation, as a double cast. So we're going to do 0.14 times 12,467. And we're going to use 0.14 because it's 14% and a percent is out of 100. So if I just 0.14 times 12,467, and this will give me a certain answer. Let's do this on the calculator right now just to check approximately. What's 0.14 times 12,467?
5.38.
So we're going to get around 1,745 to 1,746. Remember, it says approximate number of customers. We're not supposed to get a double value. So as long as it's around that that number, 1,745 to 1,746, we should be fine. And then we're asked another question: the approximate number of customers in the survey who prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks. This is going to be a little bit more challenging, just a little bit. And if you know enough math, it's not going to hurt much at all. So a soft drink company recently surveyed 12,467 of its customers. Approximately 14% of those surveyed purchase one or more energy drinks per week. But of those customers who purchase energy drinks, so of that 14% who purchase energy drinks, approximately 64% of them prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks. So one way to do this is simply do 0.64 times 0.14 times 12,467. And that should give you the approximate numbers of customers in the survey who prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks. But since we're working with programming, with variables, there might be an easier way to do this. We can set this as a variable. We can set it as we can call this variable maybe energy drinks, and this will be an approximate number of energy drinks. And remember, you can't start with a capital letter. So yeah, and then for the second variable, instead of multiplying it by 0.14 times 12,467, we'll basically do the same thing, but instead we'll multiply 0.64 times energy drinks, the variable energy drinks, and it'll give us the same answer. Because, to be honest, energy drinks has the same calculation, 0.14 times 0.12467, and multiplies that by 0.64. So you can set that to a new variable, and we're going to call it citrus drinks. Okay. So without further ado, that is the plan for our program. Let's get started. So we're going to go over here to Eclipse, and we're going to do File, New, C++ Project. We're going to name this project Energy Drink Consumption. Remember, you have an option between empty project and Hello World C++ project, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I want to save as much time as possible. We're going to select Hello World C++ project because it has a basic skeleton of a program, and we'll just take out the cout Hello World statement. Don't select cross GCC. Select the other option, whatever it is. If you're working on Mac, then Mac. If you're working on Windows, well, Windows has its own toolchain. And then you can just click Finish. Wait for it to load a little bit. All right, let me zoom out. Okay. Save this. Okay. So, we've got a basic skeleton for a program. And right now, we have several options, but I think that the best approach to this is the number of energy drinks. It's going to be an integer. So, int energy drinks equals, we can cast it off to an int. You just zoom into the code. 0.14 times 12,467. And we could put this in parentheses if you want. Kind of sometimes hate the automatic features on the IDE. Sometimes they're helpful, but then sometimes it's just crazy. Okay. So what's going to happen here is they're going to do a calculation, and this is going to give you a double, this phrase over here, 0.14 times 12,467, but then that double is going to be truncated and cast off to an integer. Is this what we want? We shall see. This isn't a recommended rounding method, because if you wanted to round, you really want to like add 0.5 in terms of a in terms of integers, positive integers that is, or subtract 0.5 if you're talking about negative integers, and then take either the ceiling or the floor. But we haven't learned those concepts yet, and we're not going to learn those concepts for a long time. So for the purposes of this tutorial, and truncating the double using an integer, using int is fine, an int cast. Later on, though, remember, this will not provide a precise, as precise rounding, like an as precise approximation. Okay, so then we can say that the approximate number of customers in the survey who prefer citrus-flavored energy drinks, int citrus drinks equals, I mean, I could technically set it to 0.64 times the variable energy drinks, but if I did do that, it might actually change the calculation a little bit. So if we wanted a quick answer, we could just do 0.64 times the variable energy drinks. But we've got to remember that we're doing an int cast over here, and that's going to skew the variable a little bit. So if you want to be as precise as possible, maybe you want to do 0.14 times 12,467. Put that in the parentheses, cut, edit, paste, and cast it off to an int. We shall then say cout the approximate number of energy drinks are energy drinks. And then we go to the next line using ENDL. And then print the approximate number of citrus drinks are citrus drinks. And we can put ENDL if we want to. I prefer to do that, but it doesn't really matter in this case, because the next line is just totally free of anything. So in order to run this, you can click project, build project, and then run from here. But you can also just click this green run button. Oh, wait, the first time you actually have to go through the full process. You have to click project and click build project. And it's making it, and then we run it. Click OK. Okay. So, what do we have here? So the approximate number of energy drinks are 1,745, and the approximate number of citrus drinks are 1,117. So let's zoom into that. 1,745 and 1,717. And just to double check, let's ask Siri to do the calculations for us and see if we're close. What is 0.14 times 12,467? Sorry, that was a bad calculation. Siri took that as 12.467 approximately. What is 0.14 times 12,467?
745.38.
So as you can see, even though I didn't do a proper rounding method, I got the same, a very close answer, 1,745. That's a good approximation right there. 1,745.38 is the actual value, but I mean 1,745 is a good approximate number of energy drinks. Now the approximate number of citrus drinks. What's 0.64 times 0.14 times 12,467?
0.0432.
That is very accurate. As you just saw, the value I got for the number of citrus drinks was 1,117. Siri got 1117.0432. Remember, we're not dealing with doubles. They asked us for an approximate answer. And even if they didn't ask us for an approximate answer and didn't specify what value to use, remember, we're talking about numbers of customers. Simple logic will tell us that we're not going to have a fraction of a customer. We're not going to have a limb or something like that. So, anyways, this has been Debarshi Kundu, and this wraps up my third tutorial on C++ and C++ problem solving. I hope you guys can join me next time. Thank you very much. Have a good night.